the past 2,000 days, we have built so much stuff. We built New Hope, Sandgill, a ton of farms. I built an epic build called the Arcane Reception Coil, airships, Guardian Farms, an ancient city transformation project, and so much more. But today, we are heading into the future. This world is going to come to an end when the evil AI Cal comes here with his spaceship armada, and we need to bump them up technologically. So, it's time to go through this tunnel into the future and into the Industrial Revolution. Today we're building 2 giant factories. I cannot wait to show you what happens in this next 100-day period. Let's go right now. Oh yeah, we are finally starting spawn. It's time to get busy. Now the very first thing I'm going to need for this style is a ton of wheat because I want to build out of mud bricks first and foremost. In the meantime though, while I'm waiting for my wheat to grow, I need to harvest a ton of spruce. I need a giant wheat farm inside this industrial area. Now my dripstone is growing, and that's good because I'm going to need that down the road, but I don't need that right now, so I'm just going to let that go for a bit. I think the best way to deal with this wheat farm, though, is to expand it upwards. This is, after all, an industrial area. I think that they would grow things sort of within scientific warehouses and such, not necessarily all in giant sprawling fields. So let's go up. I decided to use sea lanterns sort of within stripped spruce logs because it kind of looks like fluorescent lights, and I think even though they don't have technically electricity, it'll kind of put your mind there. Now, you know, I'm going to be here for a long time, so the more a farm I build, the more often I can harvest it, the more often I can make mud bricks. It's the craziest thing. I actually randomly happened to get the exact amount of right grass and spruce. Like, I got 0. I have 0 left. I did it. I just randomly grabbed exactly how much I need. That never happens in Minecraft. It's so cool when it does. Now, this is often the way I farm in Minecraft. If you've been on the channel for a while, you understand. I do this because this way you can run down a row 64 blocks long usually and just harvest everything with a fortune hoe or fortune pickaxe or whatever. It works really well, and then I'll just waterlog some slabs so nothing gets lost in the water stream. Hooray, win. Now, I know just a few seconds ago I said, hey, I'm just going to leave my dripstone farm running for now, but you know what? I need a lot more. That zombie jerk. Yeah, I need more because I want to build a giant super smelter at some point down the road, and I would need to have a ton of dripstone for the lava for it. Now, I still don't know what the palette's going to be for a lot of these things, but interior-wise, like for where the dripstone that's actually going to fall and grow, it doesn't really matter. So I decided to just go ahead and make a little pattern, make it look good. I can always change out later, but I think this will be just fine. And just like that, I tripled the size of my dripstone farm. This is really, really good. I don't think I'm gonna need more than this. I imagine once this grows for a couple in-game weeks, I should be swimming in dripstone. Now, another use for dripstone is actually making clay, and I need a lot of clay, and I don't want to completely destroy the landscape for it, so I need a fortune shovel. Now back to work in the storage building, because this is going to be the first of my giant factory warehouse things that I want to build. I'm using spruce for the interior. Exterior is going to be mud brick and then another block. I'm not totally sure what yet. I have some concept art that I might talk about later on or maybe in a live stream. Hey, did I mention I live stream? If you want to make sure you check out your live streams, hit the bell notification, make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll get notifications because I live stream right here on YouTube. Okay, I like this. This is good. 2 tiers, and now I'm going to work out another little faster way to collect my dripstone, because just in the time it took to build that farm, look at how much dripstone I already have growing. This is really, really solid. I just need a way to cut it down so I can collect it all. Now, honestly, I know you're going to say, oh, just use pistons to breakers. I don't need it that much. I'm probably going to harvest this about like 4 times total, and I don't mind it being manual. I think it's kind of fun. You know, there is a reason to have workers here in your industrial district, and I think it's a good thing. And the next thing I need to do is get my beacon set here because I have to get a mining area. I always put mining directly under my storage building for reasons of commute time, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing right here. I do have a problem though, I have no diorite, so I'm hoping when I set up my mining area, I am gonna be able to get a ton of diorite as well as andesite and granite for future builds as well. Now I decided that I want to have stairs on one side and then I'll do the typical water elevator drop chute on the other, but look what I found. I found a giant granite deposit, and spoiler alert, I found right on the other side of this a andesite deposit and a diorite deposit. This is great. I'm in business now. I keep trying to dig down my stairs, but every time I go a little further, I find another deposit of either diorite or whatever, and I need all of it. I want to build out of granite, I want to build out of diorite, and I want to build my roads out of largely andesite. So this stuff is kind of hard to come by unless you find these big deposits, and yeah, I gotta go crazy. I gotta get all of it. You know, I'm conflicted, honestly. Ignore the skin. Ignore the skin. I forgot that's my Dominion skin. Dominion Season 2 is coming. It's right on the distant horizon of my channel, speaking of that. Yeah, I've been using the distant horizon mods, which is amazing, but it doesn't work with replay mod, and that sort of hinders my video creation process. So as much as I want to use the distant horizon mod, I don't know. I don't have a really smooth way to keep doing replays as often as I do while using it. Now, I finished the stairs on a live stream, and now it's time to dig straight down and build up my water elevator. So, yeah, what's the worst thing that happened digging straight down in my hardcore world? I did it. I made it the whole way down, and now I'm going to put a beacon straight down in the very bottom. Beacons should always go in the bottom of the world because that's how the beacon bubble works. Should be good for basically forever. I mean, this beacon I probably won't move. This is going to be my long-term mining area now that I'm basically done with the arc tower. I was trying to dig down again. I found more diorite. This is terrific. Hey, I know I didn't do a lore segment to start off the video because it's going to be something I'm trying now where I'm going to bury the lore segments in the middle and the end of videos. So speaking of that, let's go check out one right now.
It has now been 100 days since Dr. Steve Tepic, our leader, left New Hope in search of a mysterious people who call themselves the Abon. They have a means to create an artifact called a Totem of Undying. He required this because his pregnant wife, Robin, was in dire peril. Though we are now under the guidance of Tepic's former onboard computer, Tracy, our technology has not progressed enough to save her. Yesterday, however, we were shocked when a delegation from the Abon arrived at our gates. They spoke not a word, but handed us a single totem. Dr. Pickett rushed the totem to the sick woman, but as of yet, no change. We are hopeful, but I would be lying if I said I had any idea how these totems work. We have had no contact from our leader, and I grow more and more concerned that something terrible has happened.
How about that? No word from Dr. Tepic yet. Oh boy, I don't know. I don't have a great feeling. Check out this pit. We're ready to add some stairs. Oh my goodness, this took so long. I didn't think that just doing this little like sort of staircase that I'm frankly never really going to use would be so long. This is just built for aesthetics because I want to show where the workers and miners would go down and get stone, but yikes, man, this took forever. Now that that's all put in, now I'll use the actual one that I'm going to be doing, which is a water elevator in the standard traditional thing that you do in Minecraft. Boy, oh boy, I hope Mojang never patches the old kelp makes water source blocks trick because it is so convenient. I think after all of this infrastructure work, I should be good. I have a ton of wheat now. It's time to actually start building my storage building. Well, exterior. You know, this is actually my first time in Minecraft making mud bricks. I wasn't even totally sure of the recipe. It's so cool. What a cool crafting mechanic and recipe that they added. Great job, Mojang. Love it. Now, where am I getting concept art for this? I love searching concept art. I love searching either like fantasy concept art or other games and stuff like that. I don't really like looking for Minecraft for inspiration because in my mind, someone's already built that. So I found the game Anno 1800, which is a city building game, and I've never heard of it before, but it looks fantastic. I actually want to buy it, but it's quite expensive. So I found this warehouse in Anno 1800, and I'm going to kind of model this loosely after it, although not exactly copying. The idea for the style is these people are medieval in mindset who Steve Tepic, or in this case, the Breath of the Fist, is guiding them into the Industrial Revolution, but they don't really know exactly what that looks like, so they're kind of guessing a bit. So adding in some deep slate detail work, I want to kind of work on the style that's kind of an Industrial Revolution / medieval hybrid, because I think that makes sense for the story. Okay, I think I like it. I'm hitting that style. I think it's kind of half medieval, half industrial. I think you have to let me know in the comments. It's kind of something I haven't seen done before, so I'm working on something new here. Now, I did another live stream between the last clip and this one where I started adding a ton of diorite. I really want diorite to be sort of the second floor here, and I think it's pretty good. I'm not mixing it in. I'm actually using the polish as sort of corner blocks and then the regular diorite as others. I may use a third block. I'm not sure yet. Bringing in some supports because I do want to have a second floor on this, and I do plan on at least lightly furnishing the... Oh, hey, buddy, you got anything good? I got some dripstone. I might buy that. Oh, geez. Oh, you're getting attacked. You're getting attacked now. Okay, the progress is pretty good. Using this polished diorite to make an arch, I think that's going to sort of separate the grand entryway from sort of the rest of the second floor. Okay, I like the feel of this. It's good. After quite a long live stream, we have this much progress, and it's cool. Lots of windows. I feel like that fits the style, and it's good. Not too much depth, but some. Yeah, okay. I'm on board with this design so far. Now, in addition to using my light gray texture, which I really love, I do want to use iron bars and actually fire to signify, oh, this is a factory, this is industrial stuff. Now, in one of the more expensive decisions I've made, I decided to use quartz slabs to give the ceiling, because I want the storage room to actually be pretty light. You spend a lot of time in your storage building, and I don't want to make it dark and dreary all the time. While I was building, though, I did find this little sort of unused area of space. I might use this. Maybe this could be overflow storage, because I do end up filling up my dirt, grass, and stone chests very quickly all the time. So, yeah, overflow. Okay. Now, I would love to have skylights in my storage building in particular, but in this style of build, it just doesn't make sense. The size is just too big to have sunlight from the very top down to the very bottom. So we'll do something else. It's officially day 2055, and I have most of the second floor here pulled in. I don't totally love how boxy this is, but I'm hoping from the outside it'll make sense. The other thing is height. I don't want my storage building to be like the smallest building in my city, and I'm planning this to be a large-scale city, so I got to make sure that this is tall enough so it doesn't look like a dwarf building. That can sometimes happen in your first build in a new city. It turns out to be your smallest build, and that's not always ideal.
Work continues on our new unnamed industrial district. Though the storage building, or warehouse, as Tracy tells me it is properly called, is coming along, builds of this scale require so many workers and materials. I have sent another scouting party out to recruit people to join our growing city, though, to be honest, it is hardly needed. It seems word of our endeavor here is spreading, and people arrive nearly daily looking for a fresh start or just food and a roof above their head. There hasn't been a zombie horde attack since the Oracle wiped them out, but the memory of that time is still raw. The people of this world want a solid wall around them and an armed force to defend their lives. Speaking of housing and food, however, our initial surplus is dwindling. The fishing ships of Sandgill are hardly keeping up and running both day and night. We'll have to talk to Tracy about learning more advanced farming techniques to stay ahead of our boom in population. Housing, though, seems like a problem that I'm hopeful will rectify itself. Every warehouse or factory we build in our new district should be able to have housing built right into the upper floors. Perhaps the workers themselves could live in the buildings they are erecting.
All right, the storage building is looking grand. I really like it. It's growing. Every time I look at it, it's growing on me more and more and more. Big fan of what we've done thus far. I believe in this style, I don't want to over detail. So I want to bring in some detail, but then, you know, in this sort of more modern 1800s style of building, there's a lot of just flat walls, and I need to embrace that, even though it goes against my nature as a Minecraft builder. So really working on that and adding a little bit of detail, but not too much. There's a fine line that I need to just make sure I find. This may be the story of this entire 1,000-day block, is that I need more blackstone. I have decided, wisely or not, to build the roads out of blackstone. The reason being, deep slate seems to be probably a more accurate and better fit, but I want to build out of deep slate. I don't want the roads and the houses that I'm building nearby to be the same material. So yeah, blackstone mining, man, a lot of it. After getting a ton of it, I made all slabs because I want to basically double the bang for my buck. It's time to actually lay out a street. If I'm gonna build a city here, I need to have the street first. I want to start with what may end up being Main Street. I'm not sure yet, but at least the street going up to my storage building. That makes sense to start with. I gotta tell you, these city streets are going to be challenging because I don't want to have big slopes. I definitely don't want to use stairs. I want to keep this basically flat. We may end up having to do a lot of landscaping in the future in this place to, you know, flatten for the most part out the building area, because I think having a lot of hills is not going to be ideal for this particular style that we're trying to develop. Oh boy, this is some old school Minecraft using these old style. I think they're smooth slabs now, smooth stone slabs, but yeah, this is what everyone used to build out of back 10 years ago, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It's so old looking, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I hate it. Looking at it even right now in editing, I really hate it. So it's gotta go. It's just blah, it's so blah. And just a few minutes later, I changed it all out and it looks way, way, way better. Both andesites, regular stone, and the smooth stone slabs. Hooray, good change. The goal for this episode was to build 2 factories, and I have enough time to actually do the next one now, and I want to do a clay factory. I'm using a lot of clay. I've been harvesting it up every time I notice that it's mostly dried out mud. So let's get going. Okay, I will be honest, the clay grind is much more severe than I thought. I actually forgot that it takes 4 clay bricks to make just 1 single block. I'm gonna need to expand my dripstone mud drying area a lot. Now I have a big super smelter in the Ark, but I'm not going back there very often except for to repair my tools. So for right now, I'm just gonna set up sort of a temporary, you know, mini not so super smelter sort of situation just to start smelting all my clay. This is really funny. The same mud kept not drying out. And I was like, what the heck? Why isn't that? Yeah, because I was missing a pointed dripstone under it. This is the style I decided to go with. I mean, I'm building a clay factory, so let's build out of brick. But I don't have anywhere near enough brick to do only brick, so I'm bringing in a ton of granite. Luckily, I mined up a ton of granite, so I should be good. Now, again, I'm basing this off of more Anno 1800 art because I really, really, really am addicted to just looking at images from that beautiful game. I should play it. I should buy the game and play it on my second channel. Would anyone watch that? Would you guys watch an Anno 1800 series on the second channel? Now, one of the things I want to do eventually down the road once I get this industrial district all really set up, or maybe just not district, but maybe just full city, I want storage for all the different things I'm making in each factory within each factory. So although I'll still be using my storage warehouse, I still want to be able to have like all my wheat in the wheat farm. I think that would just be cool and a reason to keep revisiting my old builds. Continuing to work on sort of my crossbreed between medieval and industrial revolution style, I think I'm coming to something that I really like here. I'm kind of starting to believe. I hope you are as well. I don't know if it's translating on video or not, but we're getting there. My goodness, this is about the 4th time I'm out of brick. I thought I had a lot of bricks saved up, but not even a little bit close. I actually even expanded my farm another row, so for a 4th row now, and yeah, I'm way out of brick. Oh, I'm using my silk touch shovel. Darn it all, that doesn't help. I portioned those up and put them in the smelter, and now I'm good. Now, one good thing is I'm going to be adding quite a few either wall inserts like this just to give some depth, or windows or steel bars, but whatever. Either way, I'm reclaiming my brick, which is going to be really helpful to build my 3rd floor of this, which I really need. I'm trying to add some infrastructure here to inside the clay factory, and I don't know if I love it. You know, I tried to bring some spruce in because I didn't want to all be stone. I'm not sure. We may revisit this later. It's okay for right now. Sometimes, honestly, you come up with ideas and they just don't work. So yeah, I had this idea to have this sort of three-dimensional, every other block, polished granite thing, and it's not working at all. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to fill in the gaps and then bring walls down in to give it a little bit more depth. You know, it's okay to admit you're wrong and sort of try to rectify the situation. One thing I gotta remember is to place more mud. I keep forgetting. I keep looking in here to see if my mud is out, and it's not because I didn't replace it. Darn it. I've got to remember this. I need some sort of faster system to get more clay. I added something I think is going to help a lot. It's my first blackstone chimney. I'm probably going to have a lot of blackstone chimneys in this world. That's another reason why I wanted to build the roads out of blackstone, because then the only things that we blackstone will be the roads or sort of the industrial parts, like the iron pots or the chimneys or the machines, that kind of stuff. I think that'll make it stand out more and be a little bit different than if I use deep slate for everything. I haven't harvested in a little while, and look at how much dripstone I got. I got something like 5 stacks of pointed dripstone. That's probably enough forever, like for all I'm gonna need, because my next dripstone thing is just gonna be lava production, and I think I should be good. Using the blackstone for gutters and rain spouts is another thing that's gonna really help sort of sell this industrial look. Helps very much. Hey, look, I got some new workers in my area, and I'm using my patented pillager technique of just making them kill the flag guy. Yeah. How do you guys deal with the flag carrier pillager guy to not spawn raids? Let me know in the comments, would you? Let me know what you do. Do you set them on fire or drop them in a hole? What do you do? With about 2 days left in this 100-day block, I'm going to clear some land for the next episode, because my plan is I'm very motivated to build right now. I'm going to keep rolling right into the next one. I'll release that video when it's done, but I've already recorded the next 100 days at the time I'm editing this video. I am very excited with all the progress that we've made. I love this style. It's very refreshing to do something that's not straight medieval kingdom building. And also I like where the story is going. Maybe we'll do a couple more industrial episodes, and then we'll switch over to build the kingdom of the Abon way down south in the jungle. You have to let me know. Stay tuned for the epilogue right now.
Today we received a letter. As Dr. Tepic requested of me before he left, I will read it into this recording device to continue keeping a log of everything that has transpired here. Dear Mr. Breath. Mr. Breath? Is that what I should call you? Honestly, I have no...
I suppose at this point it doesn't matter. I'm trusting you are watching over and leading my people in my absence. I am racked with worry about my wife and my unborn children. I believe the people of the Abon have assured me that they delivered the totem of undying that I have earned. Our language barrier is steep, but I'm learning some of their words as they learn far more of mine. The cost of the totem was substantial. For me, being an outsider, to earn a single totem, I have had to join these people for a time and help them grow their city. It is an old, ancient civilization that has fallen somewhat into ruin. The leader of the Abon is attempting to bring back their former glory, and being aware of what we've done in New Hope, arranged a trade. I'll help them reinvigorate their kingdom for a time, then I hope to be freed. They are treating me well, though I'm under no presumption that I would be free to leave this place. I fear I will miss the birth of my twins, but I hope to be home soon. Watch over New Hope, Robin, and my twins in my place. Continue to expand. Trust Tracy to guide you. Yours, Steve. P.S. I found Mr. Grady. It's too confusing and difficult to write, but he is not the same as he was. I continue to work to help him find himself each day after the day's labor is done, but as of yet, no success.